Sciatica is a common problem, and there are a lot of misconceptions about what it is, what causes it, and how it's diagnosed. Today we're going to give you a little basic overview of the answers to those questions. Hey, Glenn here from MEHAB, the world's leading physical therapy alternative, where we educate and empower you to take control of your recovery. If you're new here, make sure you click the subscribe button, and all the links we mentioned in the video can be found in the description below. As always, the information we provide is for educational and demonstration purposes only. With that out of the way, let's get into it. Sciatica is a term that I see and I hear a lot, and then one of the biggest misconceptions is that it's a disease or a diagnosis. Sciatica is actually a secondary symptom of a primary cause, much like how smoke is from an exhaust is a symptom of an oil leak in the engine. Sciatica is really just an umbrella term for symptoms such as pain, burning, aching, tingling, hot and cold sensations, weakness, heaviness, or even buzzing. Like symptoms, where people feel sciatica varies considerably based upon which nerve is being compressed and how hard it's being compressed. Some may have pain throughout the entire leg, others may have no back pain and just have a numb big toe. The sciatic nerve starts as separate nerves that exit the spine and the low back and bundle to form the sciatic nerve before exiting and passing under the piriformis muscle. The sciatic nerve then separates again to innervate muscles and provide sensation throughout the lower body. There are charts and diagrams that provide a general guide of which nerves provide sensation to what areas and which nerves control what muscles. These are called dermatomes, derma for skin, and myotomes, myo for muscle, and help providers figure out which nerves are affected without the need of an MRI. There are many things that can cause sciatica. Some are more statistically likely than others, and some are just believed to be more common than they really are. First up, we have a bulging or herniated disc. Nerves exit the spine through small holes called foramen, and a bulging disc can take up space normally reserved for that nerve, causing it to compress as it tries to exit. Next, we have degenerative disc disease, which can weaken the disc wall. This can make it more prone to herniation and/or develop cracks that leak a disc's internal contents. The disc's internal contents is a strong irritant that produces a strong inflammatory response, which can cause irritation of the nerve roots and cause sciatica. Degenerative disc disease can also cause a loss of disc height, which ultimately decreases the size of the holes where the nerves exit, thus increasing the likelihood of getting compression. Next, we have stenosis, and there are really three kinds of stenosis. There's central, lateral, and foraminal. We'll put out a video about these and link in the description when it's up, but go ahead and click subscribe so you don't miss it. Stenosis is typically caused by arthritic change that cause the bone to encroach upon the hole where the nerves exit. The smaller the hole, the more likely the chance you're going to get a nerve compression. An unlikely cause, but is often blamed for sciatica, is piriformis syndrome. It is such a huge misconception that we put out a video about it, which again I'll put in the description below. Other possible but rare causes include SI joint dysfunction, spondylolisthesis, where one vertebrae sits forward on the one below, followed by tumors, infections, scar tissue, and other rare diseases. So how is the cause of sciatica figured out? Well, medicine is not an exact science. In reality, it's not unlike gambling, and that involves gathering as much data as needed to pick the answer with the most statistically likelihood of being a winner. Collected data has varying degrees of value. Often people want to get an MRI right away and are frustrated when it does not happen, but there's a reason why they're not ordered immediately. In fact, again, we have another video coming out that talks about the value of back imaging, which I'll include in the description below. Here's a quick overview. Imaging, X-rays and MRIs, are really great at showing things, but they're notoriously bad for being able to tell you if what's shown is the actual cause of your pain. This is because the same quote-unquote problems are found about as often in people who don't have any symptoms. Early imaging, for the most part, has little to no benefit and really changes the treatment plan. The most valuable insight comes from the person's signs and symptoms, how and when they started, what makes it better, what makes it worse, etc. Imaging findings should only be considered relevant if they correlate with signs and symptoms. The treatment options for sciatica largely depend upon the cause and the severity of the symptoms, but there are three most common treatments: epidurals, physical therapy or chiropractic care, or surgery. An epidural is an injection of corticosteroids around the involved nerve root with the goal of decreasing inflammation. However, because corticosteroids can weaken tissue, they're usually limited to a maximum of 3 per year. Physical therapy or chiropractic care can include a variety of interventions. some supported by evidence and some not. However, exercise has been proven to be the most effective conservative approach. Surgery should be considered as a last resort if all else fails, except in cases where there's significant weakness, loss of bowel or bladder control, or failed conservative care. The evidence is not great for many of the surgical options, a topic we will be addressing shortly. Hopefully that has helped provide some clarification on sciatica, possible reasons, how it's diagnosed, and some of the treatment options available. There is a lot of misinformation out there with regard to the causes, treatments, and interventions for back pain, and especially sciatica. Be sure to watch some of our other videos to get honest and accurate information. Before you go, if we've provided some value, please hit the like button, share us with your friends, and so you don't miss out on any of our upcoming videos, please click subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.